I think you all are good and well, safe at your home. Students, today we are going to start the new chapter, that is motion. Motion means the change in position of any object with respect to time. You can take example of anything. If you are moving in room as respect to the other things kept inside the room. For example, book is kept stationary at the room, the sofas, your chair, your study table, or all are at rest and you are at motion. When you start changing your position from one place to another, then you are said to be in motion and rest of the things are said to be in rest. Okay, so we have to describe motion, we have two things, one is motion and another one is rest. Okay, the thing which is moving, changing its position with respect to time, that is called in motion. And if the things are not moving, they are stationary at their places, then they are said to be at the position of rest. Okay, so motion can be described in terms of distance as well as displacement. So what is distance? Distance moved is the actual length of the path traveled by a body. Okay, if you see that we are covering some distance, a object is moving from one place to another. The actual length of that path traveled is said to be distance covered. And what is the SI unit of distance covered? It is kilometer or meter. Okay. Then what is displacement? As the name suggests, when one object changes two position, first one will be the initial position from where it start, and when it moves and after moving where it reach, that position is called final position. Okay, so the smallest distance between or the shortest distance between the initial position and final position is called its displacement. The SI unit for distance and displacement is same, kilometer and meter. Okay, so I think motion, rest, distance and displacement is clear to you. Then these physical quantities can be measured by two specific quantity, that is called vector quantity. They are considered to be vector quantity and scalar quantity. What are scalar? The physical quantity which required magnitude to measure it, that is called scalar quantities. Okay, for example, if you take the distance, distance is a physical quantity which comes under scalar. How? If you are moving from one place to another, then the direction is not mattered here. Okay, only we require the distance. So this distance will be taken as a scalar quantity. And if we come to displacement, what we have done? We have read that the shortest path covered by any object is called displacement, isn't it? So the displacement matters direction. If we move from one to another, in which direction the shortest path is covered, then it required direction. So the displacement is a vector quantity. Again I am repeating, scalar quantities are the quantities which needs only magnitude for its expression, whereas vector quantities are the quantities which required magnitude as well as direction to express themselves. For example, scalar quantity, you can take distance, time, this density, all these comes under this scalar quantity. And vector quantity, velocity, acceleration, force, all they required direction along with magnitude. Therefore, they are considered to be vector quantity. Okay. Then these are the examples of motion. You can see that a bullet car is moving, a bullet train is moving. They all are in motion. Here different type of motions are explained to you. You can see motion of a ball downward. Okay. A car is moving. The car is moving with respect to another object, that another object are taken to be at rest, and the car is taken to be in motion. Okay. Then uniform motion and non-uniform motion. As the word suggests, uniform. Why you wear uniform at your school? Do you know? Uniform means equality, same throughout. You are wearing uniform when you went to school to make you equal. All students are equal in school. Therefore, to give a specific identity, you are wearing uniform. If you are Rishikulians, then you will wear the uniform of Rishikul, and it will indicate the whole students wearing uniform. It will be same, and they are taken to be of same school. Same way, uniform motion. Uniform motion means if a body travels equal distance in equal interval of time, then it is said to be uniform motion. Okay. And what is non-uniform motion? If a body travels unequal distance in equal interval of time, then it is said to be in non-uniform motion. Can you give some examples? Uniform motion, you can take one example, that if an object is moving per hour with the speed of 5 kilometer, in 1 hour also it complete 5 kilometer, in next hour also it complete 10 kilometer, in next hour, third hour also it complete 15 kilometer. So the distance will be same for equal interval of time. At that time of motions are called uniform motion. Then comes to non-uniform motion. If a body travels unequal distance in equal interval of time. Whenever you went to market, then if you are at any vehicle, then vehicle will not have the same speed all around the market. Sometimes due to jam also it can be slow, and sometimes if road is clear, then you can move thoroughly also. So the speed increase or decrease with respect to time. That type of motions are called non-uniform motions. Okay. You can take example, the movement of clock hand and the movement of pendulum. They are the example of uniform motion. They, after a fixed interval of time, they show motion, isn't it? And a movement of astronic or bouncing back of ball, they are considered to be non-uniform motion. And one example I have given you of road. Whenever a car is moving on road, if it is in market, then due to jam it can be have less speed, and if it is a empty road, then it can move further also. So I think up to here the things are clear to you. Next of the things we will do in our next video. Thank you and have a nice day.